Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, lax rats alike, welcome back to another episode of the Crease Dive, and I am your host, Matt Nessler, and joining me today is a very special guest. He was a captain at Syracuse. He wore number 13. He's played over 1,000 minutes. He was the ACC tournament MVP. He hails from Manhasset, Long Island. Evan Molloy, baby, welcome to the show. Thanks for coming on, brother. How you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. Summer's rolling around. We got Crease in the quarterfinals on Long Island, so can't complain. Knicks in the playoffs, so yeah, I'm all good over here. Thank you for the intro. I don't know if 1,000 minutes is a great accolade, though. So
North, well over. I was supposed to be in there, well over. It's hard to say 1,493. I think is the exact. I'm right there.
Yeah, I don't know what a seasoned veteran plays, but
yeah, no. So but listen,
you can, people think you played for longer and were better than you were. So I'm trying to keep that going.
Yeah, no, that's I'm in the same boat. I'm pulling stats out every corner, letting people know. Listen, I was a defensive player of the week this week, but no, I was doing my read up on you. I was trying to get some intel from some former teammates. I did a little bit of a deep dive. Lucky for me, you're an easy guy to do a deep dive on. For those who don't know, Evan Molloy, if you're listening to this podcast, I guarantee you fucking do. He was the co-host of the post-game podcast well before my time in the world of lacrosse. I was just a wee lad getting drunk. Cabrini University, shout the fellas. I didn't watch on YouTube. And him and Nick Acello were running the show when Jordy was running it solo and had some other guys on at the beginning of the show. So he's a legend of the game. I want to preface that with before anything that goes down here tonight. But I mean, let's get right into Cuse, man. How are you feeling about the current team this year?
I feel good. I think there's a little bit of like a letdown with last year. I mean, going to the Final Four, got beat pretty handedly by Maryland, and then I think it was kind of just getting through the regular season of this year. They had some like ups and downs. Like the back-to-back Ivy League, they looked like, not pedestrian. They still look good, but they had like a tough time with the Ivy League. But they have taken care of business as of late. I think UNC is a tough matchup for them. They've lost to them twice pretty handedly, but I feel like now that they're in the playoffs, it's kind of like all business. It's kind of like when a team is like championship or bust, you just want to get to like this weekend, and then it's when you can really start to judge like if they're going to turn it on or not. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. They lost to them twice already. Ideally are going to beat a team after losing to them twice. It's hard to beat a team 3 times, and then I know UNC likely doesn't have Owen Duffy, so it kind of puts a little bit of pressure on Cuse, which I don't love.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm feeling good. I think they look good right now.
I think that's definitely like a sneaky issue with Duffy being out is I think I saw some other guys talking about it earlier in the week. Like it's no longer like what's like Cuse should win this game, not could win this game. I think that my friend Dukes over there said there's someone on the show with Dukes. But I couldn't agree more with that statement where, Cuse is in a great spot, I think, where they've lost to him twice. It's kind of almost you have everything to lose but nothing to lose. It's like, listen, let's just go out and play our game. It's you can't overcomplicate things in the tournament.
And I think it's almost like what I want to pull my hair out sometimes. Watch that. Look at the Yale game last week. They play how they play no matter what the moment is, which can be good and bad. Like sometimes they're like, let's get a good possession, and they'll just fucking rip the ball out of bounds. I'm like, God damn it. But you also love it like that they do that too. So I think they have like a swagger to them where they won't be like, oh, we should win now because he's out. Like they're still going to take care of business and not really like feel that pressure. Whereas like, I feel like other teams might put a little bit too much pressure on them and then it slowly gets away from you. But they've always been good about that, like kind of almost like goldfish mindset. Like they don't really care about the moment, which if you're protecting a 1-goal lead, you might want to think a little bit more, but it should be good for like those high pressure situations.
100%, and just chopping. I had Joey on earlier in the year, getting to see how he was off the field and how he carries himself and how he talks about his teammates. I was like, there's something a little different about this Cuse team that I'm feeling. I expected a little bit more, a different version of Joey than I got. I've never met him in person. I've had a few conversations with him through the internets. I'm a huge Joey believer. I have eyes, and apparently tons of people don't, and they're like,
Yeah.
he sucks. It's like, all right, word, whatever works for you. LeBron sucks too, I guess. Like it's things like that where I've always been a fan of his. And talking to him, I was like, oh shit, like this guy gets it. He seems like the right guy to have the spotlight on him and be kind of pushing that team both on the cameras and behind the scenes. It seems like, and I'm excited for him. I've been riding the Cuse train. I've been on them. I got them winning the Natty this year. I'm backing them, and
that's all I need, baby.
it'll be a fun Saturday. I mean, what's better than mid-May lacrosse? Everyone's. Are you going to be boots on the ground?
Oh yeah. We got a good crew that'll be boots on the ground. I'm still deciding on what my fit's going to be, but yeah, we're going to roll heavy. I'll be there like 10 a.m.
That's exactly. I mean, it makes me like almost a little sad because my school doesn't exist anymore.
We got Nova, right?
Yeah, Nova bought Brainy and it's gone, and now it's like what? I'm not. I kind of root for Nova. It's not real. Like I'm a Syracuse fan than I'm a Nova fan for sure. Yeah. Right now, at least, I'm Joe.
Yeah. Come to the tailgate. You can come. You're more than welcome. You already got the orange on. Yeah.
Listen, maybe if I don't go to the engagement party, I'll be at Hofstra.
Awesome.
Yeah. I might need to FaceTime in for a beer or two. Check in there.
That's
maybe
fine.
Get some pre-game comments from the Syracuse alumni. See what the place is like in the parking lot. But when you're watching as an alumni, I've noticed this since I've stopped playing lacrosse, like watching my friends, but now being older, where you only know these kids from they're not your friends. They might be, but they're not the kids you played with. That personal connection isn't the same as it was. Do you still get very nervous when you're watching the Syracuse Orange play lacrosse?
Yeah, you get nervous. I mean, I'm a big sports fan. Like I know I mentioned the Knicks already. I get nervous watching them. They're kind of like Cuse too, honestly. Well, they're rolling right now, but last year they're a lot like Cuse. Yeah, you definitely still get nervous. It's a weird feeling because I definitely am starting to turn into more of a fan than like a former player. I mean, when I used to jump on this podcast and like on my podcast, like unapologetically to like a fault defend Cuse lacrosse, even when like they had clear flaws and stuff. And I think that was like the teammate of me. Now a little bit more of a fan where like I feel like you'll be critical and sometimes I'll like even like tweet stuff and I'm like I don't know why I did that. Like I'm just a fan of the team, but I've been in their shoes, so it was like a weird dynamic with that. But yeah, definitely get nervous. You don't know them personally or like some of them. I mean, I've talked to some of the guys here and there. I'm closer to some than others. But yeah, you kind of slowly turn into like more of a fan where you're kind of like willing to be a little bit more critical than you might have in the past. But it is a weird thing because then you're like, oh wait, like that was me, and I kind of hated when the alums like would give me a hard time. So like now I'm turning into that. It's like the turning into your parents' progressive commercials. But yeah, it's been fun watching them. I mean, this is a great team. They got us back to the Final Four, so they have my support for sure. But yeah, I'm definitely noticing that this year. I'm kind of turning into a little bit of a boomer as a fan.
Yeah, so I hate to keep bringing it, since I don't have them, I've become that way of Chatham High School.
Big dub, dude. I just saw that.
Big win. Shout out to Chatham Cougars, Morris County champs. Fucked up Barton. Big win. First time in Chatham history. 38 years, never won it. Unbelievable win from them. Scarpello will be on later in this episode for everyone tuned in. We will get a comment from him. Unfiltered Scarpello. Everyone wants some of that action. But like I in a way, like because the connection with Scarp and Chatham being as good as they are this year, I watched a couple games on YouTube. I've been to one game, and it was the game on Tuesday.
Oh yeah, you were there.
Helpless watching it. In a way I hadn't felt in so long. So I was like, I need them to win this game. I need them to win this game more than anything. I had my heart ripped out in this same game. I was like, I need this one. I won't have any other lacrosse event in the next 10 years that's going to get me up like I was for that game on Tuesday.
Yeah, I mean, that's a little more innocent too. Like, those kids are just playing for the love of the game. I mean, at this point, it's like, you know, guys are going to play in college and stuff, but high school is just like such an innocent version of it. Yeah. Like, you can't be talking shit about the X attack when it makes a mistake. Yeah,
exactly. It's funny too because as a kid who grew up in Chapman, like hates Del Bar and all these schools more than anything. I always wanted to shred these kids. I'm like, dude, these kids are like 14 years old. I can't be going on Twitter and going on the pod and like laying in like, number 74 on this. Like, it's not that deep. It's fun. I do love hyping up the Chatham guys because, like, I know, like you said, I know what it's like to be in their shoes, and like just having anyone talk about you in any capacity is fucking awesome. Yeah, it's fun when you're a superstar athlete at any level, and those guys are getting a ton of recognition right now, which is pretty cool. So yeah, we will have Scarp on later, which will be fun. But
so what's next? Oh well, I was going to ask about Jersey Lac. Should I not? Like, when does the TOC start? Does that still happen or no?
So yeah, so it's a little different now. So counties is almost like right in the middle of the season, and then you start like states. So Chatham and Del Barn won't run into each other in the states because public and private are separated. So then they'll go on their run, then they'll crown basically 6 state champions, 2 private, 4 public, and then those 6 would play for the TOC.
Got it. Okay. That's a cool. Yeah,
very cool.
It's awesome.
It's no longer a thing. The TOC.
Oh, it's not.
It away. They got rid of it.
Wow.
So New Jersey funded money together, private funding, and it's now called the Kirst Cup in honor of legendary coach Kyle Kirst.
That's right.
All the boys, everyone knows the Kirst family. It is called the Kirst Cup, and it's funded. Same officials, same everything team. There are teams that don't, like there's been some years there's 5 teams, like a team won't play in it. I'm not sure why. I think part of it might be, hey, we won our state championship. Let's go out like that, not go steamrolled by Del Barton on Tuesday night.
Or Chatham.
Crown 1 champion, so that'll be what's coming up for those guys. I actually saw Scarpello like at practice tonight for the Chaos. They have a game tomorrow, so I don't know. He's doing just about everything under the sun right now.
Yeah, wow. That's intense. Where's Bosco at? Do you know? My buddy Matt Lynn's the coach.
I know they're solid as hell. I don't know what group they're in. I don't know if they have to go through the Del Barton Seton Hall group, because I know Del Barton Seton Hall always line up. But Bosco's definitely – I'm always seeing them in the top 10, I believe, for public and private. I know I'm pretty sure they beat up on Chatham.
Yeah, I'm a Bosco guy. I got to study up.
Good. When I was in high school, Bosco wasn't tough at Lax. It was all and like Bergen Catholic got a lot better. Those were just 2 big football schools when I was in high school. We definitely weren't shaking in our boots seeing Don Bosco. But you see Summit or someone, all of a sudden it's 4-4 with 30 seconds left and pressure in your life. Nothing better. But so we'll carry it into high school then. You grew up in Manhasset. Your dad's a legendary lacrosse player. What was it like for you growing up? I consider Chatham and Manhasset and Garden City and towns like that similar hotbeds. What was it like for you growing up in an area like that and having it's a big sport in those areas. Like so what
you're in it right away. I feel like 5 years old you start. So like I honestly remember my first practice like pretty vividly. My dad was a goalie at Syracuse, so I was in the goal like pretty instantly, which kind of like fucked up, honestly. Like, it was awesome. Manhasset was, I feel like I don't know what Texas high school football is like, but I feel like it's similar vibes where you're just like very into the high school program. Like I obviously was very into Syracuse lacrosse my whole life because I had family ties, but definitely had like my first dream was to play like varsity lacrosse in Manhasset, which I think like every kid has. So it was great. And like, I feel like it was, I don't know how it is now. Obviously I can't like relive high school, but I like going back to the innocence thing, like the recruiting thing was there, but it was still like just summer ball and everyone committed when they were like juniors. I guess they like got back to that, but it was just, like high school still was like what it was supposed to be. Like you're playing for your school. It wasn't like these like super teams. I feel like St. Anthony's like every kid goes there and they're just like unbeatable. They got like public and private school different rankings now, but like back then we could beat Chaminade and stuff like that. So it was great. The like community was really into it, and I was kind of like born into it. Don't really know anything else. Because my dad didn't only go there, but my grandpa played at Syracuse, my uncle. So 3 generation Manhasset / Syracuse lacrosse. So don't know anything else actually.
Yeah. You stand up, you're like, I also have the Syracuse and Manhattan tattoo on my back.
Never got one. Yeah, I should have. Maybe if I won something.
Yeah, that's like that's a similar situation where my brother was a goalie, and I just like from the beginning was like, I'll play goalie. And I was like, okay, this is cool. This is easy as hell. We're like, everyone sucks.
Yeah.
This is so sweet. Like, I'm nasty. And then I was like, oh, I didn't know everyone was going to shoot 110 miles an hour when I got to college.
Yeah. Yeah, the first couple of years of college, you're like, this is a tough career choice if you're not getting playing time in your target practice. Yeah.
Yeah, in high school, you're making the saves, and the ball's coming in like a solid 10 to 15 miles an hour slower on a consistent pace. Then you get to college, and you're like, oh my God, I'm seeing thousands and thousands of more shots a week. And they're all coming from like 7 yards down on the alley. Like, hell yeah.
I played
just run them over and over and over again.
I played like a high arc in high school, like Dylan Ward arc. And when I got to Syracuse, it was like real culture shock. Like I wouldn't even be in the net when people were shooting at times because like the ball was moving so fast and I like couldn't get over. So I quickly reeled it in or got forced to reel it in. But yeah, that was like definitely a shock. Completely different game.
Yeah, it starts humming around pretty much. Just I train goalies still like after my normal job, and I go and train them, and they ask me, I'm like, yeah, I played goalie my whole life, but I mean, you're having fun now, but just you better hope that they change the ball or something when you get to college because these kids keep shooting faster and faster every time I step on the field, and the talent.
I don't remember it hurting so much, but like. I used to coach back in high school. This is a good story. And the dad's like, hey, this guy's like getting scared of the ball in games. I feel like we got to get him like unscared. So I started shooting on him with tennis balls, and I like was just wailing on him with tennis balls, like hitting him in the leg and stuff. Yeah. And I like got him good one time. He like kind of cries, and I was like, oh God, like sorry. Just trying to get you like not scared of the ball. Like, it's not that bad, see? And he like was kind of like, yeah, it's not that bad. Maybe like 4 weeks later or something, he calls me up and he's like, I'm going to switch to midfield. I was like, oh man, like these fans been paying me for 3 years to coach this kid. And I just fucking ended his career. Hitting him with tennis balls. Yeah, it's so bad. But yeah, I mean, it happens. You got to be a different breed to be willing to get hit with it at every age, every level. But it never really bothered me, honestly, until like college. It obviously hurt like the most when you're like a freshman and that culture shock. But yeah, I don't remember being like blown away by getting hit. But I guess that's because born into it.
It's one of those like volume things too. Like when you go from middle school to high school, you're playing so much more lacrosse. And you get to college, like, oh, I'm playing lacrosse so much more often than I was in high school. Like this, if I'm saying that from a D3 level, I can only imagine how much lacrosse you guys are playing up in Syracuse.
Yeah.
From the day you step on to the day you step
and your target practice if you're not starting. So it's even worse. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Lighter note. Did Luke Roa last year, when he absolutely exploded a corner in the dome playing Towson and the ball was sitting in the corner of that net, were you like, wow, monkey off my back, or were you like PTSD, like fuck, like I've been there?
Yeah, I feel like monkey off the back has happened a couple times, but they just don't stick. I mean, I haven't seen that freaking shot since. I thought it was total revenge, and I appreciated it. But, like, have you seen that shot again? I still freaking see the Snyder clip.
I think you made a really good point about it sticking. It's like, oh, this is the one, and everyone always refers back to your shot. It's like, oh, this one's just like it, blah, blah. And then it's like the next year comes around, it's another shot just like the one on you. It's like you're never going to escape it, but also as a goalie, it's like, I've been there where you just like you almost turn and look and like the ball's looking back at you.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my God.
We knew right away. We were down by like 6 goals at that point. And I was like, if we don't win, like that's gonna be all over. I didn't think it'd go to this level, obviously. Like it's 10 years later and I'm still getting like tagged in it. But I was like, that's gonna be all over Instagram. Like we really gotta win this game, and we did not. So here I am talking about it 10 years later.
10 years later, yeah. I had I had to at least pay a little.
Yeah,
home.
that's all right. That's all right. You did it. You did it in a nice way. I'll tell you what, though. That year, Bobby Gray on Notre Dame scored a goal against UNC, and it was a better shot than that shot. Ripped the corner, top right, on the run, lefty with somebody on his hands, and I mean that one I still see sometimes too, but not to the degree. The camera angle for mine was just too good.
That's the issue.
I gotta sue ESPN for defamation. Yeah, it's. I mean, the shot was pretty good, but yeah.
Yeah. It was definitely the shot. However, the camera angle.
Yeah, I got screwed. I got hosed.
Wow! Breaking news! I just got from Jordy. Chatham, New Jersey, ranked ahead of Springfield, Delco, Pennsylvania for the first time ever in the nation's top 25.
Wow! First time ever.
It seems that way. I mean, or at least the first time I've started looking. I mean, the rankings turned around when we were in high school, so it's really the last 8-10 years. And Springfield's been. I feel like Springfield, Pennsylvania wins the state championship every time.
I don't know that. Never even heard of it.
From Delco, went to Springfield High School. Is what I realized going to.
Wow! There you go. Congrats.
It's huge. It's all I have, man.
Yeah.
It's really
hang the banner. You got another banner hang behind you.
I know. I better than Springfield.
Yeah.
May 14th, 2026. I can hang that one real proud. Oh my God! I have tons and tons of tidbits. I could keep you here forever. Whenever you want to leave in the next hour, feel free. But I got away for you, man. So one thing I was curious about that I didn't know about. Must have missed this during your podcast days. Did you have your ACC ring stolen from you?
My watch, my ACC watch, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I came home to my apartment after a bachelor party to a homeless person in my apartment.
He was there when you walked in.
He was there when I walked. Yeah, he locked it from the inside, the chain lock. So I pushed it open. My roommate was gone at the time, yeah. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then I just see him run past the crack in the door. Called the cops. Cops came. Place was trashed. The cops got their guns out and stuff. They tased him on the roof and got everything he took back except for my ACC championship watch, which I didn't really realize was gone for a couple days, and then realized it wasn't where it was. And then my a basketball shoes. Those are the things that I didn't get back. A funny part about that story is he stole a ton of my old Syracuse equipment. He just took duffel bags from my room, packed it with clothes and random shit, my laptop, stuff like that. And then he just grabbed the duffel bag, and when I was going through with the police, each thing he opens it up. And it's just all lacrosse equipment. I'm like, I kind of wish this guy got away with it, and we could see him open up a bag and just see lacrosse equipment and be like, what the fuck is this? Starts a sideline swap account.
All of a sudden you're on side swaps, Evan Molloy's gears going for
exactly. Yeah. So yeah, but I actually got it back because someone reached out to me, and just a kid in Queens found it at a thrift shop. And
you got it back.
I got it back, yeah, because it had my name on the back. It was engraved. So 6 months after that happened, somebody DM'd me on Instagram hey, I found this, and it seems like it's something that I would want. I'm assuming it was stolen from you, and he was right, and so I got it back. Yeah, 6 months later, yeah. So I got it. It's right over there.
That is remarkable.
Yeah.
I was about to say I'm willing to start a massive campaign once Syracuse needs to issue another one.
Yeah, no, I got it back luckily, and now it's got some battle scars, but it's a great story. I mean, as soon as you lose faith in people and homeless people bringing your apartment, you get it right back with somebody giving you your watch back. So it's a good full circle moment.
I can't imagine coming home to my apartment knowing my roommate's not there, being the last one in the apartment, knowing no one was there between us, and getting home and being all right, unlock. You go to open the door, and it's got the fucking deadbolt on it. And you're like,
yeah,
what the fuck is in here?
After a freaking
being a homeless dude is insane.
Right after a bachelor party in New Orleans, I was ready to just lay in bed in AC, and then I was I can't even stay in here. Had to have the whole place cleaned. This guy put a hazmat suit to clean my apartment the next day.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, he like shaved his head. It was bad. Yeah. So.
See, that's a literal nightmare.
Yeah, New York City, man. Pros and cons.
Great city in the world.
Guy was probably on the street the next day.
That's so insane. I had a cello brushed up with me on Twitter about you guys. You guys potentially dropping some news about Teat to Denver back in the day.
The classic.
Live breaking news. It seemed, and it didn't seem to. Clearly, did not come to fruition.
Yeah, I wasn't involved, so I was actually. It was an Ocello job, and T.D. Erlin is like, this is years ago at this point. Teat's like in the PLL, so I don't even know. I think we aired this all out previously, but I was at a like golf resort. Basically, my friend has like a house there, and we were at the resort. It's like at the golf course, so and you can't have a phone. It's like super serious. So I did not have my phone for 6 hours, and I come back, and mind you, my best friend from college is the assistant coach at Cornell, where Teat is at. So I turn my phone on, and I have all these fucking texts, all these calls. He was like livid with me because we were just getting the podcast started, and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing? Like, starting a rumor about my best player? Like, what the fuck?" And I was like, at this point, like, I mean, I was not sober, so I was just like completely just like, what the hell is going on? Eventually get to the bottom of it. Like, it was just, I mean, TD was at Denver. I think he was like starting rumors, like talking to Nick, and then I don't know if there's any validity to it at all. But yeah, that was a tough like couple hours where I was just trying to figure out what the fuck happened.
TD is a friend of the pod. I don't know if he'll be making it to this part of it.
Yeah,
I will be shooting him a text for sure.
Ask him. I'd actually like to know. I'm like fuzzy on it now, probably because like I got the whole explanation after a few beverages. But yeah. I'm like, yeah, they were talking, and Nick just ran with it off the main account, and then I got a lot of slack for it. But yeah, not true. We missed on that one. I think the other issue was we had hit on two. Like we had the Pinnell trade. We like broke that. I think like the Ravens were pissed about that we like got the trade before they announced it. And, like we were hot. We were red hot with the breaking news, and then we did a skydive on the Teat news. So then we got out of the news breaking game.
That's funny as hell. I just dipped my hand in the news breaking game.
Dude, yeah, I want to ask you about this. Is that true?
So I'm sticking by it. I'm holding the line with my source. Like, this was not a Nestler. Like, this wasn't I got a DM from a guy on Twitter. I'm not giving any hints. I'm not giving anything. Like, this is like close. It's close enough to the program and deep enough where I'm content with the knowledge I have. However, I am getting Jake fucking Mouse.
That's a big one, bro.
Yeah, that's huge. And I'm gonna hold the line firm. The only reason I'm a little worried is because Jake Malasek, who was on last week with me here, he is just toying with me via text because he's closer to the Virginia program than I am. And so he's like telling me, he's like, I know the real answer. I can't tell you. I'm like, well, that makes me think you're fucking with me.
Yeah.
And then he put out that Lars signed an extension.
He's fucking with you with that. Yeah. There's no way he signed an extension. I'm with you, man. I think it's true, but like, I mean, my group chat was going off about it. Like, my friends from school were like, "Oh shit, he got fired, or like he's leaving the program." And then we were saying we got sentelled, so we weren't sure what happened. But
I'm holding strong, and I will be coming for accountability when we get and. Just to be clear, I'm also getting intel because, like, I really wasn't looking to get into this game.
Once you get in, you're stuck, man. You're fucked. You're in there.
And now I'm in, and like Garnsy's texting me. He's like, "You sweating? Like, this is a dangerous game you're getting into." And I'm like, "Oh my god, dude!" Like, the Virginia alums are like, "Dude, our I didn't even know there were lacrosse forums. I'm a lacrosse rat. I watched, loved, played my whole life. I did not know there were people getting on like individual lacrosse forums and about colleges." Yeah. So he's like, dude, the forum's going nuts. Like I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude. But I'm holding. This isn't a bullshit. So anyone out there who's looking for accountability, you're not going to get it from me right now because right now I'm holding strong.
I love it, dude. I hope you're right. It'd be great for your career. You can turn into an investigative journalist now.
It'd be huge for me to just not be the guy. Just like
you have a source, though. Obviously,
what'd you say?
You have a source, so you just always blame the source.
100%.
Yeah, you're good.
It's just it's a weird spot. I literally, and same thing to you. Like I did it on Tuesday before the Morris County Championship game. And I went to Chatham after work, drove in. Like I'm going back and forth, and as I walk into the Morris County Championship game, 12 to start the game, I get a text. The screenshot of Malasek saying he got extended, that he signed it, and then my phone died. I was in the dark for like 3.5 hours.
Oh my god!
First by the Chatham game, and I came back. Twitter's on fire. I just sat in my car punching the keys for like 30 minutes, just replying to like everyone. I'm holding.
Yeah, you gotta hold diamond hands on it. Has anyone pissed at you?
What'd you say?
Is anyone pissed at you? Have you gotten like any real shit, or just like people?
So it seems that way. I missed. So the reason I brought up the T to Denver comments because Acello, Terrace Foy, or however you pronounce his name, put out a comment saying like Lars's agent says there's no truth to these rumors.
Oh god!
I was like, I made Lars's agent comment like that. and so Acello wrote like these journalists need to like learn to report on stuff. I thought he was chirping me.
Yeah.
And I was seeing red after the game, and I was like, I don't need to reply to these burners. But I was like, Acello, I got to reply. So I was like, no one's calling me a journalist besides you, you guys, big dog. And then before he could reply, I was like, oh wait, he was joking about Teat. Like I feel like an idiot. And so I replied, being like, yo, that one's on me.
Yeah.
And he came back and just like dunked on me real quick. And I was like, no, you got that one. That one's still on me.
Yeah, he's well versed.
And then Big Dan Orestia didn't seem too pumped with me.
Yeah.
About the rumorville. I wrote to him saying, "Listen, Lars is making like close to $200,000 fucking dollars. I get paid $0 to do this. So if my tweet hurt Lars Tiffany's feeling, I'm not sorry. I mean, he's a 2-time fucking national champion, rolling around in bread.
Yeah, comes with the territory.
Yeah, like I'm holding strong.
Yeah.
Fuck him. And now I feel like I need now I almost hate Lars for sticking around. Now I'm trying to fuck me over.
Yeah. He might have been gone. Like he might have just been hanging up, and now he's going to go back.
Like, there's a part of me is ridiculous. I'm like, dude, what if he's like, I just want to go back to so this fucking
exactly
like a loser.
Yeah. That's good though, man. Yeah. You got any news on who would replace him if he's gone?
No. I will say though, I think the worst decision the University of Virginia could make is making Kevin Cassis the head coach.
Yeah. Why is that?
He does. Yeah, he's an assistant. He's an assistant guy. He's not a head coach. No, I mean,
you're making more enemies, dude.
Yeah, no, I haven't liked him since his Lehigh days. I mean, you keep Colin Kirst, a world-class goalie, on the bench for 4 years. You can't see talent. Austin Pierce, all-time single-season goal scorer out of Chatham, sits on the bench for 4 years, only plays man up. The guy couldn't recognize talent if it was hanging its balls in front of his face.
Wow. All right.
It's just it rubs me the wrong way. I just don't like it. It's just how I feel.
So who would you have take the job?
I mean, I don't know. What about a reunion up from Dartmouth? Bring home Kerwin.
Oh, all right, yeah, that's not bad.
Or you dig and you get Steve Colfer out of Episcopal Academy, the former Cabrini coach, one-time national champion. You give him a shot. No, I really don't know. I'm not deep enough into like the coaching cell to have a guy. I just know. When I put out my tweet, there were a lot of people saying either Cassis or Kerwin back to Virginia. So me having those two options, I said fuck Cassis, bring home Kerwin. But it's interesting. I'd love to see. I would love to know what's happening behind the scenes. I'm not gonna know for a while, but I'm on my source's ass. I'm on the alumni's ass. Because I'll tell you for anyone looking for my source.
Yeah, the source.
This is my issue. I talk too much. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. I do have something funny I don't know if you know, but I've been seeing shots from Nate Sullivan at 6 a.m. in the morning.
Oh, he was shooting on you?
Yeah, the last 2 weeks. He's been playing a little defense on Matt Stagnita, Jim Stagnita's son. A good buddy of mine, and him and Nate are buds. So we go out there 6 a.m. He brings out the pole, runs one-on-ones with Stags. I'm in the goal. And then they shoot, like, step downs for, like, 10 minutes after they roll ones. And I think Sullivan's going, like, 60%, like, effort on me, shooting percentage. And I'm getting so small as if I've never played goalie. Every time he shoots the ball, I'm, like, crying, being like, oh, like, you fucking –
Yeah, he's a good one. He used to warm me up. He was my warm-up shooter.
I know. I asked him. I'm like, yo, man, like, give me tons of intel on Molloy. Oh, you used to warm him up. Like, that's my guy. Hell yeah.
That's
Nate,
it.
When you get this video, you gave me fucking nothing twice today. And he's gonna text me. He'll text me Sunday night. So we on for 6 a.m. I'm gonna go.
He won't. He's gonna be there Saturday, and if he's up at 6 a.m. on Sunday, then I didn't do my job.
No. Monday.
Okay, Monday. Yeah, I was gonna say, holy shit.
No. They're looking to get an early set because I'm the one who doesn't want to do it.
Right.
I wake up and I'm
Why
like,
would you?
It's the only time I've ever. This isn't like something I've done. It's like the only time I've gotten at the goal, like ever.
Yeah.
Like outside of lacrosse, and I'm doing it at 6 a.m. before work. It's fun as hell. You get my sweat in, but like I'm walking out my door like laughing at myself.
Yeah.
Like just so funny. Like this is. You couldn't make a more ridiculous image if you tried.
I don't know if you can pay me to do that. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, no, it's.
But hey, you love it. You love it, right?
A part of me like really does. Like, that's like the worst part. Is like I do love it. Speaking, teammates Nate Sullivan, 3 most talented teammates you ever played with at Cuse.
Oh.
Any of your 5 years, just. And I'm talking like raw talent. Like they didn't have to have the best numbers.
Yeah.
Like those are the 3 best guys on the team. The 3 best guys I played with.
Oh God, Randy Stotts for sure. Nick Mariano for sure. And then that's really hard. Oh man!
If you want to tie them, you can throw it.
I can't tie them. No, it's so fucking soft. I gotta pick one. Fuck. All right, I'm gonna pick with my head. I'm gonna pick Kevin Rice, but with my kind of like for me, it would be Nicky Galasso, but. He just has like, I like grew up like he was like the biggest player on Long Island and stuff, and then like he transferred to Cuse and then had like a sick senior season, and just like the shit he would do in practice was crazy. And I mean, I don't know how many goals he had at the midfield his 5th year, but it was like absurd how good he was. But Kevin's the right answer, but Nicky has just like that legend aura to him, so I want to throw him in there. But yeah, Randy was unmatched. Mariano's the best shooter I've ever played against, and yeah, Kevin is probably the best like overall attackman that I played with. So go with that.
That's a solid top 3. I think it shows your true testament as a friend how conflicted you were at 3.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah, that's tough, dude. We're talking about. I usually do Mount Rushmore, and it's a little bit easier. Top 3 is tough. Yeah,
I'm trying not to get copyright.
No, it's good. I liked it.
Might get a copyright from some of the Barstool guys.
Yeah.
Jumping shows too much there.
Yeah.
The current team has talked and Joey's talked a lot about bringing Cuse back to being Cuse. When I was growing up, the biggest recruit in our hometown, Petey Coleman, he went to Syracuse.
No, Pete.
There, and I believe I forget which year. Cuse to me was the pinnacle of college lacrosse when I was little. It was like the name brand, the colors, the national champions. Then it was like the guy in our town went there, so that's how I saw it. And then when I was in college, it really wasn't that way. I started college 2017, basically right when your career ended. Your last year was my freshman year, and so that's kind of how those next 5 years weren't. Something's going on with the,
Yeah, I think I lost you for a second, but
I think we're back now.
You're back now, yeah.
We're back.
Right. Hopefully we can produce this stuff.
What'd you say?
Hopefully you can produce this stuff.
Yeah. It's a one-man show, and then shout out the intern who's helping a little bit behind the scenes. He's actually a diehard Evan Molloy fan. I was trying to think of like a funny way to like tell. I was going to tell you he was like a ninth grader and have you give him a message, but I'm not going to waste Molloy's time to have him like say something on the spot to this made up ninth grader. 28-year-old guy on Twitter who's a legend. It's my guy. But he's a huge Cuse fan, huge Molloy fan. He did suggest bringing you on, so shout out intern. I'm not giving out his fucking name because I don't want anyone taking him from me.
All right.
It's not up for grabs. I found a gem.
Steel trap.
Seriously, he's I need him in my corner bad. I was saying something when my mic cut out. I honestly
there was Syracuse being pinnacle and stuff.
Oh yes, and then so that's what I asked you. Do you guys as the alumni feel that same shift the guys talk about of Syracuse being back at the top of college lacrosse, or that upper tier per se, rather than those years after you left, I believe?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely sucks, like, being a part of, like, the decade or whatever that didn't win a national championship, because it was pretty much automatic. And, like, my freshman year, we actually went to the national championship and lost to Duke. And I was like, we're going to come back at least 3 more times. Like, you think it's – because back then it was, like, a guarantee. And then the game really shifted. And we had great teams. I mean, the team I was referencing with, like, Randy, Kevin, Nicky Glasso, like, there were 11 All-Americans on that team. We just, like, got upset by Hopkins in the quarterfinals. But, like, we were probably the best team in the country, just, like, didn't get it done. Like, Denver won that year. So I feel like we still had – and, like, my 5th year, we were the number 1 team in the country for a majority of the season. So, like, we still had that. But, like, then it got – I think there was like a few years where it might have missed playoffs, didn't get out of the first round. It started to really like, it was kind of like, we're not going to Final Fours anymore. Now you're not making the playoffs sometimes. Now you're not winning playoff games. Like, it got worse and worse. So yeah, it's definitely, it feels good. Like, I mean, I'm in New York City. It's like, you walk down the street, there's look like a D1 lacrosse player every corner. When you talk to people like that, like, it definitely has like it's clout back a little bit with like being a top tier program, and I feel like people who know Syracuse, like people who know lacrosse know Syracuse, but that like extra level where I like feel like the Dukes and the Virginias of the world have been for the last 10 years, like it's getting back to that because of the senior class right now at Syracuse, really. So we definitely feel that, and I think there's no sense of like, oh, like we don't win national championships anymore. I think like all the alums would love for the program to be back at the top and be a part of that, even if we don't necessarily have a ring. We got an ACC watch, it's just as good.
No. I mean, I think, like you said, there's a difference in your classes might not have won a national championship, but you were competing and playing at the level to win a national championship. And I think after you guys left, I think that did drop a little bit. And then within the last 4 years, we've seen it's almost exact step, little farther. And then hopefully this weekend you bang one out and you're back at Memorial Day weekend like you were last year. And you can hopefully punch one more to play that last game. But it's cool to hear you say that, because I know Joey says it a lot. I know he's really proud of him and his friends. He says, like, listen, we really wanted to bring Cuse back to being the Cuse we saw when we were growing up. Like, we want the little kids to want to go to Syracuse. And
right.
It's just cool it's cool to see. I'll send the intern back here. We'll clip that one up for the boys, get them all riled up for Saturday.
Yeah, get the boys. But yeah, like we're really excited. It's like, it's good to talk shit again. Like, like I said, I see guys who went to other schools and stuff, and like, and everybody hates Cuse, honestly. Like, there's no program that gets rooted against more, like, no matter what. I don't know why that is. Personally, like, I feel like it's best fans, like, great tradition and stuff, but everybody, I mean, I guess the tradition of winning is a little annoying, but yeah, it's good to finally be able to talk shit again. Like, I love that. So really happy that those guys got it done last year, and I'm hoping they can get the job done this year. It's wide open. Like, it's never been wide open like this. So I really like their chances.
I'm fired up. I'm fired up for lacrosse. I'm fired up for you guys. You still playing any men's leagues attack midfield? I know you played attack up in Placid years back.
Placid. Yeah, so I go to Placid every year. I'll play like midfield or attack.
You're not getting the pipes.
Nah, those days are over. I'm an e-bug kind of, but we got guys. So I recruited a goalie. Actually, I'm playing in New York City now. I started playing in a New York City league because my goalie in Placid, who I recruited, I grew up with him on Long Island, went to Conn College. He's the best ball stopper I've ever seen. Bobby Blystein, legend. But he plays on a team like ULAC's MVP in the East River. I recruited him to come up to Placid, and he's like, the MVP of our Placid team now. So I'll do that with him, and then he comes up to Placid and plays with us. But I'm not taking him out. It's like hilarious. I'm like, you're way better than I am going in. But yeah, then Shane Doss, a goalie from Notre Dame, when I was there, he still plays goalie. He plays like a Hoboken league and stuff, so he'll play up there. But I'm just trying to keep my point streak alive in Placid. I don't get in the goal.
That's huge. I've been trying to. I've been playing attack in like some men's leagues in the summer, but then Ward the Shore down in Jersey, I usually wall up in the cage for my Cabrini boys. Usually at a squad. That squad died this year. We've turned in our towels. We've hung them up. It's a sad day.
Worse.
But I am going to play with like Mitch Pelkey's putting together a team with like Dukes, Jake Malasek, all these guys. It's going to be like Team Frog or some Johnson, and we'll go out there, and I'm sure Mitch will have 50 cameras out there for us, fucking boom mics on and everything, but it'll be fun. I think I'll get to play a little attack there, because we're in the C division, so I'll get to chop it up. And
that's War at the Shore?
Yeah, yes.
Nice.
That's last week of July.
Yeah. It's always right before Placid. I'm always like, I'll go for a tune-up weekend, and then I'm like, I'm not playing lacrosse back.
That's like the few opportunities I had to play in Placid, like when I was younger. I mean, I still can. I'm sure it's not the hard to get on a team and find someone who needs a guy to play a couple attack reps and be an e-bug, also e-bugs. But I remember being the same thing. I was like, dude, I'm playing at War at the Shore. I'm going to be with my Cabrini guys for 48, 52 hours, getting mangled in the sun. I'm not going to want to do it all again the next week. It sounds amazing, but then like you do one of them, you're like, oh, fuck no. If I'd done two of those, that would have been the end of me.
Have you ever been to Placid?
No, so I'm trying to get up there.
Yeah, you should go. It's top tier. Nothing better. I've done all of them. Like I've played in Vail, Ocean City, War at the Shore. Placid is.
Ocean City gets grimy, I've heard.
Ocean City was actually pretty fun. Like I had a good situation. I was like, it was fun because I think I was like going in my junior year. Like I wasn't even playing yet, but so like I wanted to like play well, but we were also like going out of town. I was with like a bunch of upperclassmen, so like I had a fun experience there. But yeah, it's like it's kind of it is a little bit of a shit show. We actually missed a game by accident. I can't remember the name of the like main bar there. It's like escaping me, but it's grimy. But it rips.
Probably Secrets.
Yeah, Secrets. That's what it is. Yeah. And we were like, my friend from home was playing against us, and he called me, and we were at Secrets, and he's like, dude, where are you guys? Like, we have a game. Like, we need to win to make the playoff. We were like already in the playoffs, I think, so that's why we got confused. We thought like we were in, so we didn't have to play. And he was like, we have to win this game to make it. And I was like, all right, you guys win. We're at the bar. Yeah, and they waited 4 hours around to like they didn't start drinking because they thought they had this game. And we were like at the bar the whole time. So not the best character move, but that was a funny one. We definitely didn't follow the rules there. But yeah, Placid's the best combination of like having a fun time and also like taking lacrosse seriously. And it's beautiful. Yeah. It's like an incredible town.
I'm gonna have to try to make it work. It's August.
Yeah, it's the first week of August. I think it technically starts on when they do like the high schoolers. Then like the like men's league portion starts the Thursday going into it. So I think it's technically July 31st this year, but it's typically like the first weekend of August. Yeah.
Sweet. I might have to circle that this year, next year, and try to. And if for anyone out there listening, if your team sucks, I don't want to play with you. If your team's nasty and you need a guy, like I just need some reps. I'll play tendy too. I'll play a half.
Yeah.
So anyone out there looking, it's funny when no offense to the lax rats out there that aren't good at lacrosse, but there's been times where like I've I've made a comment like, hey, might need a guy for this, and someone's reached out, I'm like, yo, like, can I play? And I'm like, yeah, like, sure. And I'm like, yeah, like, you kind of give me the vibe you blow. Like, I don't know if I'm trying to bring you out. And then it's like, if I'm bringing you out, like, to play with, like, my buddies, or, like, if we need a guy for a tournament or whatever it might be, like, if I'm bringing in a guy, I need you to be, like, disgusting.
Yeah.
Like, I need my guy. Oh, that's my guy. Yeah, I brought him.
Well, now it's like, so we've had our team for 10 years now. We started it, like, when we weren't good enough to be on, like, the Burning Orange team, so we, like, made our own team, and then we just, like, so Burning Orange is actually, like, non-existent anymore, which is kind of sad. Like, we kind of regret it a little bit, but our team is, like, now we have 10 years of, like, history, and it even goes, there's, like, my friend I was talking about earlier, Paulo, he coaches at Cornell. His uncle, like, started the team years ago, so they have, like, a ton of history at Placid, and now we have, like, our team as a part of it, so, like, they'll all come watch our games. It's cool. It's awesome. So, but I agree. There's, like, 4 of us who I guess are, like, the GMs running the team, and, like, if someone just randomly adds a kid to the group chat, we're like, what the fuck, dude? Like, I'm looking at this kid's stats right now. Like,
yeah, I got, like, how many years did he play? Where did they?
Like, where? I'm like,
yeah,
it's not.
He better have. You need to have something. Like, unless we all know you're the guy. Like, oh, like, he was hurt, he had a ton of injuries. Like you're never gonna find the real stats. But, like, we all know he's the guy. We've all played with or against him. But if it's just a random dude, it's like, it's just tough because, like, it's my neck.
Yeah, no, totally.
Like, it's not. It really doesn't matter, but it's like, I don't want to be 7 beers deep and have someone come up and be like, yo, why the fuck did you invite Jimmy?
Right. That was the funniest thing when I brought that guy Bob I was telling you about earlier. I mean, everyone's like, oh, like, where do you play, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, he was goalie at Con College, like, he's really good, but, like, you say something like that, they're like, there's D1 All-Americans at this tournament, so everyone's like, oh, he better be good. He better be good. Like, you're not playing goalie. He better be good. I'm like, trust me. He had, like, 20 saves in our first game. I just, like...
You were sitting there. Like,
yeah. I felt like Pat Riley at that moment.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. Well, I'm definitely gonna have to get that on my list. Before I let you go here, I wanted a little homage to the post-game pod. Best memory you ever had on there while we send you off here from the Crease Dive. Best podcasting memory. It doesn't have to be while you were podcasting. It could be something you and Acello got into, maybe a late night after the pod or a weekend of lacrosse, anything it might be.
So, I mean, it has to be when we met in person. So I was in... What the fuck was I doing? I was in San Diego for work or something, but a teammate of mine lived in San Diego, and Nick lived in San Diego at the time. So I was like leaving this work thing, and I was just like, I'll just tack on a weekend and stay with, like, my buddies. Oh, you lost me? Am I good now?
You're good now.
Okay.
I got you now.
Yeah, so I was just like, I mean, it's hilarious. Like, you don't think it wasn't awkward, but it's just, like, funny when you, like, meet your internet friend in person. Like, it's kind of like the videos of, like, the kids who play on Xbox together meeting each other. Yeah. Like, we know what each other looks like. Like, we know we get along. We talk. At that point, we were talking every day. But, like, seeing each other in person for the first time was just, like, we were in, like, a Starbucks parking lot, and we were just like, do we hug here? And then we, like, I mean, he had a good crew out there. We, like, went out with, like, Mike Reese, Westberg, like, all the SEALs guys. We had an absolute night. But, yeah, that was definitely, like, the funniest thing was just, like, having the, friendship come to fruition in person. It was hilarious.
That's unreal. I didn't know. I guess, I mean, again, like, I'm familiar with you and Acello's game, but I wasn't deep in there because I was still – I feel like I was, like, when I was playing lacrosse, I wasn't consuming a ton of lacrosse content.
Yeah.
When I stopped playing and, like, got older, I was like, oh, this is all I have now. I need all the lacrosse content.
Yeah.
I didn't know you guys that you were talking and doing all of it without meeting in person before.
Yeah, I DM'd him on Twitter and was just like, because we both had, like, pretty good followings on Twitter. I mean, he had a really good one. But, I had my niche. And, yeah, I just DM'd him. It was COVID. Like, there's nothing going on. I'm like, do you want to just start this up? And then, yeah, the rest is is kind of history. We had our this intern similar to you, whose idea it really was, if I'm being honest, we called him Sound Guy. Never exposed his identity either. I don't think, at least. And yeah, it was his idea. He was like, you should do this, and he's a huge Lax rat. He's like, you should do this, and you should reach out to this guy. Like, you guys would be good together. So I did, and then it took off.
That's exactly like so like when I got on with Jordy and Dukes, they were just looking for like a little extra help and everything. And now when I brought on this intern, I was definitely looking for help, like doing it all kind of myself. Like Dukes pops on when he can.
Yeah.
I was like, I need a guy. And
yeah, that's tough.
I need a Lax rat. This guy, I mean, he's obsessed with the game of lacrosse, and he knows the internet. Like, I'm on the internet all the time. Like, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Instagram, but like, I don't know how to meme, and I don't know how to like reference shit like he does. And we're the same age. It's not like he knows something I don't. He just like pulls these gifs and memes. I'm like, that's why you're pushing the buttons now.
There you go.
So
it's good.
Shout out interns across the world. I was an intern. Now I'm the host, baby. Look at me. Look at Ness. That's huge. But fucking awesome chopping up with you, man. I really appreciate you coming on. I hope you had a good time. If you ever have any podcasting or Twitter pointers, give them to Ness. I love being coached. And if you have any send-offs or questions, feel free to plug them in before you sign off.
No send-offs. Thanks for having me on. Go Cuse, I guess. We'll be dialed this weekend. So Cuse is going all the way. That's all I got to say.
All right. I'm fired up for you and the Cuse boys. We're going to need a check-in, I think, Saturday morning. Maybe we do a pulse check on Twitter or something.
Yeah, sounds good.
To get out there. So good luck Saturday. Have fun with all the fellas. And tell Nate he better be ready to bring it Monday morning. And when I say bring it, tell him to give me 50% this time.
All right. Sounds good, brother. Thank you.
Okay, man. Yes, sir. Peace. Yeah, we're fucking back, baby. We are so back. You just got 58 minutes of Evan Molloy, and I'm taking you right in to an interview with the first time ever Moores County champion head coach Christian Scarpello. He led the Chatham Cougars to their first ever title. It's been 38 years coming. Unbelievable out of Scarp. Shout out all the Chatham boys, all the alums, all the parents, all the fellas, and most importantly, Scarp leading the charge. Scarp, thanks for joining us real quick. Second time on.
Second time. I appreciate you, Ness. Thanks for the intro. You hit it on the head, bro. 38 years. You talked about the alumni. Big part of the pregame speech. Just, it was certainly bigger than the 2026 team, although those are the boys who got it done. They understood the importance and what it meant to every alumni, and we have such a strong alumni network at Chatham that, I continue to try to improve and bolster just in terms of communication. And it was for everybody, and it was for the town, most importantly, the community.
I love it, Scarp. I love it. I mean, you'd have to be a fool to not think Ness was going to bring Scarp on tonight after a win like that. If he didn't have a game tomorrow, Scarp and I would be on here for about a good 2 hours. We could do the deepest of crease dives on this bad boy. But we're going to keep it light tonight. Scarp's tuning in. If you're watching on YouTube, he has about like 27 pixels on his end. He's connected to like some fucking 3G router, and God knows where he's fighting in a hotel lobby for us. That's what happens when you're a professional athlete and you're on the road. County champion Tuesday night, professional athlete with a game tomorrow night. Scarp, before we dive too deep into the Cougars and that night, I do want to touch on just that change up for you real quick. Like, you go from coaching the biggest game of your coaching career probably to now you're suiting up first game of the season 2 days later, getting ready to go. How you feeling?
I am feeling like I'm in a twilight zone, brother. It's a lot of different emotions running. To your point, it's a quick turnaround here. I get nervous anytime I have to leave the boys. Obviously, I've been doing this for 6 years now with the PLL, so getting a little bit more used to it, and lucky to have a great assistant in Seth Wadley to man the troops, and quite frankly, just a ton of senior leadership. And I actually presented at the IMCLA Coaches Convention and talked a lot about player-led teams and empowering the players. And giving them voices and real leadership roles. So I know that, Lachlan Mahoney led the boys through a little bit of a D film before practice today. So yeah, no, it's a crazy turnaround. Happy to be here with the Chaos Boys and getting a chance to compete, tomorrow night, obviously. So
Yeah, I'll just say it. I mean, your biggest fan Tuesday night, not rooting for you tomorrow. Sucks to say it. Don't feel great
you
about it,
are
but
you're
I'm a
cursed
curse.
loyal. You're cursed
I
loyalty, huh?
know. Yeah, it's just you've accomplished something I never could at Chatham and given me probably the greatest gift I've gotten as a Chatham alum. I've gotten great gifts from the Cabrini alums, but if that doesn't make me root for you tomorrow, I don't know if anything will. I'm so loyal to Colin Curse, it makes me want to be sick. However, the Chaos have a new supporter in me this year. I will be all over the Chaos. It's not going to be like I'm rooting against you. I'm just not rooting for you.
Tomorrow night specifically.
Tomorrow, just to be very fucking clear,
Hey,
just tomorrow. Like, that's the issue now. Now I'm a fan of every team. I'm becoming Switzerland, but I do have to draw my line on game day. I have to.
yeah, it's fair. It's fair. I appreciate the loyalty.
Yeah, no, I had to. But so, Scarp, what went into this win for you guys? You've been at Chatham for a while now. You grew up in the town next to Chatham. Your dad's been a legendary coach in lacrosse. What went into this win and what it meant to you and everything you've done in your life?
Yeah, well, it's interesting that you bring up my dad, and I'll start with that just because obviously he spent the majority of his career at FDU. Um, where obviously the county tournament, Morris County tournament, was hosted for so many years, and so I grew up in and around FDU's campus, and obviously not only with his teams, but certainly attending those county final games as a kid myself, and those are just core memories. So obviously everyone knows how big the county tournament is, but for me, like many in the area, it's the pinnacle, and quite frankly. Um, now you got you look at group 3 and it is very competitive, but like before Summit was in group 3, but when we were in 2, when I was in 1 at Madison, like winning a Morris County title is more impressive than a state championship, right? And so
Yeah,
you could debate
absolutely.
that certainly this year with our group and the competitive nature that it is, but regardless, the point remains the same: how important and how impressive it is to win that tournament. So yeah, it's funny you bring him up. Obviously, I'd always, when I took the job, I was picturing myself, and my first county championship where we got blown out by Delby was at FDU. And, I'm just like, how cool would it be to win on this field? So again, my love for the tournament really did stem from my dad being the coach at the university that hosted it, and just having, sideline access to all those games, and being starstruck by some really competitive lacrosse as a young kid. So,
Yeah.
but as it relates to what went into it this year and just Chatham more directly, I think, you know, Steve Manita told me when I took the job at Chatham, a lot of the history, right? And I truly didn't. I was 24 years old. I didn't know a ton. Yeah, I didn't do too much homework into it. In terms of like the deep dive into the history of the town and the records and whatnot. And when he pointed out they never won a county title, I was shocked. And so pretty quickly there, besides for my love for the tournament, the fact that I knew Chatham never won one, immediately I was like, okay, this is the goal. Like I want to be the first person to bring that home for Chatham. And so, you know, I always tell the boys, I said, listen, we've got one goal, and this has been the same message for 4 years. It's the county championship. Like, don't get it twisted at all with states. And obviously states is important. And I always look at things as you accomplish one goal, right? Seasons are long, and then you turn the page, you got a new goal, right? And so obviously that's where we're at now in the season. But so it's always been a talking point in and around the locker room. The boys were well aware, obviously. All of them have older brothers, probably some of which you were teammates with. Handful, Lagunowich and Paul Menny and Grasso and Kuppenheimer. I mean, the list goes on and on. So, and they mentioned that as well. This was obviously not only for us, for their brothers, for the greater alumni of Chatham. And so, yeah, that was always the focus, was the county championship. And, just the experience, I think, year one, getting undressed in the final like that, we didn't have the dogs to run with them, and the face-off unit was a problem, and we just weren't ready for the moment, probably myself included. And then last year, quite frankly, I think we got hosed in a game that I felt like we played better than the opposing team, but you walk away with a loss, and you could talk about different factors that went into that, but clearly, end of the day, we didn't do enough to get the win. But when I
Yeah,
say
I'll chime in there real quick, just because just legally speaking, you're probably not allowed to chime in here. Last year, for those who don't know, I don't know, seemed like some refs were walking out of that venue with a lot of money in their pockets, lot of dollar bills, $100 bills. Seemed like there's some sketchy calls. Not saying that the Barton parents paid the refs. I'm not saying that. However, someone is going to say that. They can come on here and say it if they'd like.
yeah, it was.
But I just want to make that point. It was a little bit of a hose job last year. Got him back this year, though.
It didn't feel great leaving that field. There was a bad feeling, certainly not only for the loss, but just how it kind of went down. But regardless, the point is, that stung. Like stung is not even remotely the right word. It really, really, really hurt. And we had so many guys. We actually went through it. We had more guys playing the game last year than they did this year, and so we talked a little bit about experience of that game, of that moment. And then again, obviously just the hunger, right? Like y'all, it was so close. And you, again, going back to the history, I know you lost an OT to them, and as did many close games. And so, there was a desperate, desperate hunger. And we've talked about it all year. Listen, the culture's always been in check for us, right? The culture's, phenomenal. But we now, we always have talent. It's Chatham, but the talent on this team is through the roof. And, you look at Shep Boyd and Lachlan Mahoney, it's like, they're irreplaceable guys. They're coaches on the field. They dominate every inch. They play every whistle. Shep, him playing defense, and in all these big games, he doesn't really come off the field at all. And if he was a D midi, he'd be the best in the state. So I just, I've got two extended coaches out there. We talked about capitalizing with this group of seniors. And it extends far beyond those two for sure. But yeah, we knew we had to capitalize, and there was a real hunger, and they played with that energy and passion.
Yeah, for those who all these names are familiar, because I was sitting on the turf Tuesday night watching it. For those who don't know who Shep Boyd is, you're going to want to write that name down if you're listening to this part of the podcast and you're a lacrosse junkie. Lachlan Mahoney's a great player. He plays defense. You'll hear that name, but the name you're going to be seeing on SportsCenter and the name you're going to be seeing on the All-American list the next 5 years of your life, that's going to be Shep Boyd. He moves at hyperspeed. I've watched a lot of lacrosse in my life. I watched him last year, thought he was unbelievable. But watching him in person this year he's unbelievable. And this Chatham team that Scarp's talking so highly about, I haven't seen a team with this much talent since my senior year when we were there in 2016. That's in my opinion, one of the best teams to go through Chatham. And I watched this team play for Scarp, and I'm looking around at Mac Bradle and Timmy Adams and some of the best guys I ever got to share the field with in my time. I'm saying these guys are the real deal, and it's cool. It's cool to see. It's cool to have that connection with Scarp and to have full access to Scarp as a professional athlete and as a coach is super cool. So as an alumni and a Chatham Cougar faithful, I appreciate you, Scarp. You got it. You got the biggest one under the belt, but there's still a lot more lacrosse to play, which is fucking awesome for you guys. And it's just cool to see. I know the town my phone was buzzing like it's never buzzed before. Even the Lars Tiffany news couldn't make my phone buzz like that one on Tuesday night.
Dude, yeah, trust me. I appreciate it, and two, yeah, it's the buzz. To your point, it's I got a lot of people, that I still got to get back to for sure. Trying to do my due diligence here, but you can just feel it, right? And I think again, when you look at a public school, that it's a town, right? It's a community, and I think my biggest takeaway after winning was just what made me keep smiling. I think is how many people it was affecting, right? Like there's people coming out of the woodworks, whether they're Chatham or not, obviously just, excited, but specifically these Chatham folks, man, it's like I knew it was important, but this is a whole nother level, and just the scenes on the field afterwards as well. I mean, it clearly meant a ton to the student body and the parents, and extending far greater than the families of the players on the field.
Yeah, it was super cool to see. I had to explain the scene to a lot of people. I was standing there with my phone had died, so I said, "Timmy, I need your phone. I got to make sure I record this for the internet. This is why I'm boots on the ground." I'm sitting there like I felt like I was 75 years old the way I was holding the phone out in front of me. They were watching. I'm holding it out here. I'm recording. I'm like cracking up. The kids are throwing fucking smoke bombs. The security tried to stop like 195 kids from hopping the fence at the same time, and then they just let them roll.
Yeah, let it go.
And it was quite the scene. I mean, you're a young kid at a public school in a town like Chatham, and having a night like that's got to be a lot of fun. So it was cool to see. I was walking. We hung out on the left side, watched you guys go nuclear, and I kept trying to wait for my mo to go out there. And I just kept sitting there watching. I was just like, dude, Scarp is running. You were running with the flag, the trophy, going to this side, that side. I was like, this guy is all over the place. It was just cool to see, man. It was awesome.
Amazing, dude. It was amazing. I'm still speechless. I think, a lot of us are still, it's a bummer it's on a Tuesday night, because it's like I knew some parents were calling out of work. My assistant called out of work. It was obviously a rough turnaround. And so again, going back to just feeling like a little bit Twilight Zone-y right now, it's like, then you're jumping up and shooting up here to Rhode Island, but it still hasn't fully set in. It's remarkable. It's incredible. Not the fact that we won the game. I think we asserted ourselves in that game, and we knew we were certainly in a good position to win it before the game started. But what's remarkable is just the scenes, and like I keep saying, the jubilation from all of the community is just, you just can't describe it. It's unbelievable.
It's much appreciated, Scarp. You got a game tomorrow. I'm not going to hold you. I'll be watching. Everyone out there, we're tuning in. We got the PLL tomorrow night and Saturday. Got some great quarterfinals lacrosse. Much appreciated, Scarp. Go get them tomorrow, and then big one for you and your Cougars Saturday. It seems like if there's a YouTube link, I'm always down to give it a peek.
I appreciate it, Ness. I got one thing for you.
Yeah.
Did you see the USA Lacrosse magazine ranking?
Yeah. So we breaking news. We hopped Springfield.
We jumped up to 4, which it was great, right? It's great for the program, and listen, I think USA Lacrosse magazine does a decent job for sure. I just, some of these rankings, they make me laugh because I don't know if we were outside. I think, IL had us at 20 for the publics, and then we were hovering around 25. And I'm looking at some of these teams on the list, and I'm like, well, we gave them the work in the fall. Obviously, it's fall, but like they had their guys, we had our guys. And I think it shouldn't be a surprise to anybody that we shot up that far. I mean, to me, it is, because you don't win one game and move 20 spots in any ranking. I think that shows some of the flaws in the rankings. But what I do know is we certainly are a top 5 public. And to your point, Ness, there's a lot of season to be played, and there's more championships to be won. And just to be, as clear as possible, that's certainly the goal for us.
I love that, Scarp. I love it. Talking to a top 5 public school in the country, ranked by USA Lacrosse. Hate them, love them. The rankings are there. They also had Nessler as an All-American in 2022, so we do respect their rankings. And now that they've Cougars in the top 5, I'm their biggest fan. But Scarp, rock star stuff out of you. Really appreciate you making time, man. And hopefully you keep the train rolling. And you got everyone hyped up now. We got the alumni game and golf out coming up, so it'll be a fun time.
All juiced up, dude. When we get the next one, we'll jump back on.
Absolutely, brother. I'm really excited, right, man. Dude. Best of luck this weekend.
Go Cougars.
You roll Cougs, baby.
All right, dude.
Yeah, baby. It's me again. Woo! Inside my dome. Feeling pretty good. Loosey-goosey. We have some more lacrosse to talk. Hope you guys enjoyed the Molloy interview, the Scarp interview. Shout the Cougs. Shout the Cougars. Fellas. You guys are legends if you made it this far in the episode. You're a slimy grip ball. Shoot me a DM. If you made it this far, shoot me a text. Don't give me my phone number, 973. I'm just fucking kidding. I'm not that crazy. I'll give you my address, though, 85 Madison. I'm a fucking nut job. But, all right, lock in, Ness. Lock in. We got playoffs. We're talking playoffs. We are talking playoffs. Give me the bracket. Princeton at Penn State. It's not at Penn State. It's at Delaware. Princeton versus Penn State. I picked against the Nittany Lions last week. I picked against them. I didn't believe in Hunter Aquino. Unbelievable talent. Oh, what a grab of the piece of paper. Unbelievable talent leading the Penn State offense. He's a bad man. He's a bad man on offense. However, Chad Palumbo and the Princeton team is a little bit badder. A little punch there from Ness for the viewers. Princeton's a wagon, dude. They are just top to bottom unbelievable. Goalie Croddick is a wall, an absolute issue between the pipes. Just ball stop center, ball stop left, me all over it. I'm going to take the Tigers. My grandpa, former Tiger, dead as hell. Shout out Poppy, legend. You're a beast. It's probably such an absurd way to say that. But but I'm taking Penn State. I'm 100% taking Penn State. I mean, fuck. I'm taking Princeton. It was always Princeton. That's how we got to the laughing session about the grandfather. It's Princeton. It's the fucking Tigers. Bear with me, dude. I'm alone and stoned. Georgetown at Duke. It's not at Duke, you fucking idiot. It's at Delaware. It's Georgetown, Duke, at Delaware. And it's at 2:30 p.m. on Sunday. And I have no clue who's going to win this game. Like, usually I look at the game, it's like, pick a side. I looked at this one and I was like, no, I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. I don't love it, certainly. I picked against both these teams last week. Neither of them are supposed to be here. In my bracket, they're both playing golf. However, Georgetown goalie, the Wombat. What a nickname. Sort of like the Honey Badger. Him and Croddick, game changers. So the same way I look at Princeton goalie, Mr. Croddick, I look at Mr. Wombats over down in Georgetown. He can change a game. He did it against Virginia. Malasek talked about it last week on the podcast that Mr. Moore was his biggest fear. That could be the reason Virginia's going home. And besides the 10 offsides and Lars Tiffany not getting a contract extension, Virginia was something. I don't know. I had a good line. Oh, the Georgetown kid's the reason they won. I apologize for we're a little extra messy today. This has been a long day, long episode of Nest. First time Nest, two-time interviewer, same episode. Like that, whatever. Doesn't matter. Back to the bracket. Taking fucking Georgetown. Taking Georgetown, which is funny. I said Richmond got hosed, but I mean, it's going to be a battle. It's Georgetown's going to win, but Duke's going to give them hell. If I'm wrong, intern, don't clip it, please. North Carolina playing in Long Island versus Syracuse. No Mr. Duffy. Talked about this with Molloy earlier. Probably Cuse. I want Cuse. I think Cuse is going to win. But like we're talking realistically, probably Cuse. It's probably Syracuse. And it's probably by a few goals. I think Jimmy McCool's going to have a big moment, big game. Seems just poised, cool for the moment. Cool cat. Coolest name in fucking lacrosse. Jimmy McCool. Give me the Cuse boys. I got to win it all in my bracket. You know that if you're tapped into the world of Nest. Following up the Cuse boys, or before the Cuse boys, I've messed up basically every single part of this bracket. Johns Hopkins playing Notre Dame. Fuck you, Garnsey. I'm going with Hopkins. I'm completely kidding. I'm going with Notre Dame. It is Notre Dame. Hopkins had a great game last week. They played unreal. A lot of fight out of those boys. Goaltender and Hopkins, unbelievable swagger, unbelievable just, what's the kids say, aura. It's a little aura action. Yeah, he's feeling it. He's leading those boys from the back. Give him a little push. But Notre Dame's Notre Dame, man. They're loaded everywhere you look. Yago, Blago, Chago, all the different guys down there are full-on problems. Mr. Jeffrey, number 4 out of Notre Dame, is the most athletic human being in lacrosse, without a doubt. And then it'll be him and Shep Boyd next year, 2 best athletes in NCAA. Good little nugget for everyone's made it this far. I always wonder, like, 3 different. It's like whatever. We're late in the episode. What else do we got for you guys? Got some PLL games this weekend. Let's pull up the PLL schedule, dial into those. We talked about the chaos and the cannons. I apologize about being a little stuffy, by the way. Probably annoying as fuck to listen to. I think I now it's like in my head and I'm fried, like bugging out that I sound like an absolute Poindexter while I'm talking to you guys. Just choking on. Jesus Christ, Nestle. All right. Carolina versus the Cannons. Like I told Scarp, go to hell. Give me the Cannons. However, I'm a supporter of the chaos this year. That's big. I need that. I need everyone to know that. So I need some chaos gear. I need gear of every team so that it makes it fun. And I need free shit. New York versus the Whip Snakes. I mean, New York's like an issue. I mean, they have Liam Entenmann just anchoring down. Shelley and Xander are going to be just putting up unfathomable amounts of points. And they get the ball every time. I'd love to see the Whip Snakes win. I'm a Stagnita believer, seeing shots from Matt Stagnita at 6 a.m. on a Wednesday. I'd love to see his dad go get one on a Saturday night, Friday night. But I don't know if they're going to. I just don't know. Is the teal cannot save the Whip Snakes? Is that? I think that's what everyone thought was going to happen. Like, they just bring the teal back and they're just like fucking nasty again. Like, we're good. Oh, like the teal's back. Like, we're good. It's 2019 again. No, you're fucked. At least this week you're fucked by the Atlas. They're nasty. Next day, Redwoods versus the Outlaws. Outlaws. Huge Redwoods guy. There's like no one's a bigger Redwoods fan this year than me, besides Cannons, Redwoods, Water Dogs, I think. It used to be Cannons, Water Dogs. Maybe it's this issue. I'm a fan of everyone. Redwoods took a huge jump. Huge jump. Garnsey, TD, BJ, Mr. Merle. I just love calling him Merle. But all the boys in the NCAA Football League who are just fucking, it's the entire Redwoods roster, just grit balls. There's other grit balls in there that I'm probably missing. Chris Conlon, put him to fucking work. Put him to work this winter. Had his ass running the baseline and paddle. Dig for me, Chrissy. Dig for me. Fucking God, that footwork out there, those hands you see on Chris Conlon, that's from the Nestler School of Training. Chatham, New Jersey. Morris County champions. Fuck. This ain't easy being cheesy. Boston. Wait. This is in Rhode Island and Boston plays twice. I'm so confused. Water Dogs versus Boston. Timmy the Cannon. Wow, the Cursed Bowl Saturday night. Holy fuck. I have a Cursed Bowl this weekend? It's unbelievable. That's such big news. Breaking news. Cursed Bowl. CJ's playing the NLL. Fuck. We're so close to a Cursed Bowl. Why the fuck would they schedule that game? They didn't believe in you, CJ, you and the Toronto Rock. Which is a shame, because I did. I had future Rookie of the Year and NLL champions. $150 on each to win $15,000. Made both of that up. Don't know if those odds were real. Be super cool. Don't know if that's allowed. We don't have any gambling partners. Would love to have one. Probably not the best way to intro for that. We can cut that. I'm not going to. No shot. Now I'm having a weird, like, multi-personality conversation. You guys just felt that, right? It was like that one was like, that was a little different. That was like two different nests. I was like watching two nests have a conversation there. All right, before I have to fucking like put myself in an insane asylum, I think we hit on everything. We talked college. We talked Lars. Oh, we talked Lars. I talked Lars with Molloy. I talked Lars. Yeah. So we're good. I covered my bases there. I'm sticking with it. I 100% trust my source. They're close to the program. My source is Malisac. We're just running we're running an op on you, me and Jake. Me and him have been texting the entire time, just talking about how we can just stir the pot, stack followers, and just generate buzz. Just get the lacrosse world humming. No, I don't know who the fuck's right. I think I'm right. I'm very confident in my source. I was at one point I was 100% certain Lars was, when I put out that tweet, I was certain Lars was fired. And I'm still pretty positive he was. Whether he has signed an extension since then or still hasn't signed, that I do not know. And that's what I will be waiting for. But unreal grit out of the fellas tonight, out of Scarp, out of Molloy. Shout out to everyone. Shout out everyone on Twitter. Shout out everyone on live. Shout out all my boys from Chatham, all the boys from Cabrini. Shout out Jordan Krug, number 55 from Cabrini. One of arguably the best goal scorer in Cabrini history. Arguably the best career in Cabrini history. Arguably the best player. Leader of men. Best friend of Nest. Can sit and talk to that guy Stone for hours. Shout out Nick Waligowski. Just always in my corner. Captain of the 2019 National Champions. Leader. Leads from the front type of guy. Has your back. Eye contact. He's always eye contact. That's how you engage in a conversation. Comes from a good family. Brother's a prick. But look, I needed to give Gursky a shout out. Needed to give Jordan Krug a shout out. Now they're on my mind. Those guys are front of the line. They're on the front lines to me battling. Going to war on Saturdays. 6 TVs. Pennsylvania, New York, Hoboken. We're everywhere. We're in South Jersey, Hoboken, Pennsylvania, Florida. Wherever we are, lacrosse is on. Those guys are dialed. All right. Get out of my fucking head. That's it for Nest. Last week, I don't know if you noticed on YouTube, when we went to Nestler's head, it went like the screen went black and the audio stayed. So it was like you're in my dome. Might do that, might not. We will see. I love you guys more than anything. I want to bring more juice. I want to bring more episodes. I want to keep talking. I want to put out content. The intern's fucking ripping it. He's dialed. We have found a gem there. This wave is just getting started. We're going to ride it. It's going to go up. It's going to go down. It's going to keep coming. But it's going to be a lot of up and downs, and I cannot wait to see how high this one goes up. So I love you guys. I'm very excited. It's almost summertime. Everyone's about to be up. Longer days, more sunshine, more activity, more vibes, more water. Just stay dialed in. Stay happy. Smile. Tell your boys you love them. Tell your mom hello. Tell your mom you love them. Tell everyone you love them. Tell your family hello. Just keep having fun, enjoying life. More Cabrini, more Chatham Cougars. You're Morris County champions. Get fucked up, Martin. That's the Crease Dive. That's what we do. And we'll be keeping it low to high till the day we die. We out. Woo!